Welcome back, everyone, to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as we continue our German campaign. It's 1901. We have just started construction on our very first legit Dreadnought battleships. I cannot wait to use them, but it's going to be 2 years of game time, so I'm not sure we will see them in today's episode. In the meantime, we do have a large convoy defense battle. One of our Bismarck-class battleships, along with I don't know where in the world we got a heavy cruiser from. Oh, it's Belgium. That's why. It's a Belgian heavy cruiser that is fighting on our side, defending 15 transports against 4 French light cruisers. So we'll see how we do. All right, so the main thing is we want to stay between the enemy fleet and our transports until they can get away. I've dropped the Madeleine de Brest in behind me. They're going to come in on formation in behind me, and we just want to stay. We're going to go back and forth and stay between these guys and the transports. It's almost nighttime. I love the look of the sky in this shot, but it's obviously going to make accuracy a little harder. So I'm slowing down to get more accuracy. The heavy cruiser's lagging pretty far behind me at the moment. And these guys are all throwing smoke. So it's going to take a few minutes before we can start getting any kind of decent shots landed on them. We've got 10-inch guns on this one, Mark IIs. So once that smoke clears, we should have some pretty clear shots and hopefully make quick use of these guys. First shot that landed seems to have been pretty powerful. I'm going to slow things down now. He's almost in torpedo range already, which means he's probably in range to hit me with a torpedo as well. So I'm going to start turning hard over if I can, because he's going to get a torpedo in the water. Oh! We hit him with a torpedo. Smoke don't protect you against that. Alright, he's moving away now, so I think we can turn back. Just gotta stay between him and the transports as best I can. Just not getting enough flooding so far. Now this guy's coming in. Probably for a torpedo run. So I'm going to go ahead and switch and start firing at him. I'm actually going to go ahead and... No, not that way. I want to swing around this other way. Start moving in the other direction. It's going to mean my guns are going to take some time to get back trained on him. But I don't want to get so far ahead that he can swing around behind me and get at the transports. Alright, we're heading in the other direction now. And these guys are swinging out that way. I'm having a heck of a time landing decent hits, and he's probably going to be ready for smoke again soon. We're only at like 8%, 4%. It keeps varying. These smaller targets are just tough to hit with a battleship from the 1890s without getting close. Alright, well, he ran. We caused some medium damage to one of the light cruisers. The rest of them got away, so it's basically a draw. But the main thing is he did not get at any of our transports, which was the mission, at least in our case. Well, there's some good news right there. Turkmenistan, which we control, we have discovered oil. All right. I don't think we want to go to war with the Soviet Union right now. Pretty content to just be at war with the French. So yeah, I think we'll spend the 124 million and the naval prestige to stay at good relations with the Soviets. We got 2 light cruisers this time. I'm going to try to auto-resolve. I don't know if that's the best idea, but this is one of my older battleships, so heavy damage to both of those. This one's a little more interesting. We've got 4 of our battleships, including, these are bigger ones. These are some of our newest battleships, against 2 heavy cruisers, a light cruiser, and a torpedo boat. This could be a pretty nice, easy fight for us to take on. All right, once again, we've got what appears to be right at dusk, a battle. So let's slow our battle line, try to get right at these lead ships as quickly as we can before he can bring the rest of them up. Looks like they're actually going to try to put us in between them, so maybe we'll come up this way. That's his torpedo boat, so I want to try to avoid them if I can. Let's go after the big ships. Now, the nice thing is, with the newer technology here, I've got torpedo range out to 1.5 kilometers, at least with the Thuringen. 1.2 on the Rhineland, 0.9 on the Deutschland, and 1.5 on the Tirpitz. So we're going to try to close the distance. Not only because of the torpedoes, but just because of accuracy in general. Alright, we're getting some good hits on the Alsace. Now this light cruiser will probably avoid our torpedoes, but we'll still get him in the water, and if nothing else, we'll force him to have to avoid us. Actually, I'm going to try to get some pointed in the direction of the Alsace. They're turning back around, so maybe even if I miss the lead ship, I might hit one behind them. Yeah, he's going to go down soon. There's flooding in 2 more compartments, and if we can see that spread, that'll be it. Oh yeah, we got him. We just took out his front tower. We have a torpedo in the water, but he's probably going to sink before it gets there. He's going to miss it anyway. Yeah, I think the flooding's got him. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to this light cruiser. He's done. All right, there goes the first heavy cruiser. Our accuracy is not great right now. 16, 18, 20% now, up to 25%. If we can just stay straight for a little while here, maybe we can get that to improve. Beautiful. Up to 36% accuracy with the 5-inch guns on that side. I should probably try to get my heavy guns on his heavy cruiser and just let the light ones do their work on the other one. But we'll give it a little more time. My 10-inch guns are only about a 10% accuracy right now. Overpen. Let's try HE shells. I think they're firing armor piercing right now. There's a big hit on the torpedo boat. accuracy is going to be crap with the 10-inch guns now that he's in smoke. Alright, let's switch over here. We'll go back to auto, which will probably be armor piercing on the heavy cruiser. Oh, big hit, big hit. Who was it on? Because those ships are right next to each other. Got a penetration shell. Looks like it was on the Shanxi. Yeah, we're not really going to have much luck on the light cruiser while he's in smoke. We're out at a pretty long distance compared to what we've been doing, 3 kilometers. So I might start trying to close that gap a little bit. Just so we can get in and finish them. Alright, there's some big hits on the light cruiser. I'm going to start swinging around this way. We'll try to put a torpedo on this guy and finish him. Gonna need some time for our guns to swing around. Alright, torpedo. Oh, we just blew his torpedoes up. And I think that's gonna kill him. Yeah, he's got flooding all the way across the bottom. So now our torpedo we put in the water isn't gonna matter a whole lot. Now let's see if we can quickly finish this guy off. Gotta be careful here because I'm crossing right into their line of fire. Oh, big time hit. 3,500 damage. Let's go check out this cruiser as it sinks. I love the sounds of the creaking metal. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's tipping down. So satisfying. In the meantime, I think the light cruiser is about done. Yeah, I don't think he's going to stay on top of that flooding, and then we're just going to have the torpedo boat to deal with. Okay. That leaves the little guy. How'd you like to be the guys on that torpedo boat after seeing the rest of your larger ships destroyed, and now 4 battleships are coming after you? I'd be using the speed on that torpedo boat to get out of harm's way as quickly as possible. We're gonna have to, speaking of speed, turn mine up so we can turn around and get at this guy. There we go. 2,600 damage. He's definitely running. But I think we've done enough damage to slow him down. He's like, run away! Run away! What kind of speed's he making right now? His top speed's 30 knots. He's doing 20, and that's still going to be enough to get away from us. So I think we're just going to have to be satisfied with taking out the rest of the fleet. All right, we'll take that. 794 crew loss for the French, 3 ships, 2,900 victory points. Quite happy with that. This is going to be, I think, a longer war with the French, and there's the whole World War going on too. So I don't expect this one to be over quickly. But hopefully we'll get a little bit of peacetime where we can focus on building our dreadnoughts before we get them into battle in the next war. So Italy is offering an alliance, but they need financial aid. Well, money is something we have. So here, take 244 million in naval funds for an alliance. 1 torpedo boat versus 3 battleships. I feel like that's an easy auto resolve in this case. Watch him sink one of my battleships or something. No, he didn't. Okay. Holy cow! What is this? Wow. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battleships of all different kinds. We've got Deutschland class. We've 3 Deutschland class, a Kaiser Wilhelm der Grosse, and a Bismarck and an Odin, which is these are our older ones. But look at that fleet. Wow, I feel like that's a lot of ships to take on with some battleships. He might overwhelm us just with the numbers. I'm going to try to withdraw. That is not happening. All right, let's fight it and see what happens. So 6 battleships against 11 heavy cruisers, 24 light cruisers, and 11 torpedo boats. I think just ammunition alone is going to be a problem for me on this one. And look at the formation we're in. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, we're going to have some major problems on our hands just trying to take all these guys on. So I don't think I want an abreast formation here. We're going to go ahead and tight. And I might actually just go ahead and put them all in one. I don't know who the lead ship's going to be here. We're probably going to have some collisions, but that's not a huge deal because it doesn't do any damage to your own ships when they collide. Thankfully, because that's a nightmare. Look at that. All right, boys. Let's figure it out here. All right, we're getting it all figured out. They're in the north. We're gonna have to try and somehow not engage his entire fleet at the same time. I'm just curious to see how my computer's even gonna perform on this one. Alright, I see a bunch of smoke and we've spotted our first ship. My ships are still trying to get their formation figured out, so we are spread out big time. And I heard the sounds of his ships. Holy cow, 7,000 in damage done right off the bat. Oh, it was all done on this guy over here. But I heard the distinct sounds of his ships all colliding into each other. But he's gonna come at us with some of these lead ships right off the bat. So I'm going to quickly try to turn away and keep as much distance as we can so that we can maybe pull some of his ships away. What I don't want to run into is a situation where I have to take on large numbers of his ships at the same time. Holy cow. So we're lighting up some of these torpedo boats right off the bat, which is exactly what we want to happen. And the nice thing is about having this many ships that we're facing is that there's always the decent chance that if you miss one, you hit one of the other ones. He is getting in awfully close range, though. I'm not going to do a lot in the way of switching targets. I'm going to let them auto-target as much as I can just because we have so many ships. But at some point, I'm probably going to have to disengage just because of the number of shells I have. You know, like, look right here, the Hessen's only got about 220 12-inch shells. That's only going to get us so far. Alright, this light cruiser's coming in awfully close. He's going to drop a torpedo right on. Oh, he doesn't have torpedoes. Excellent. There, we hit a torpedo on him, though. Alright, so far we're just engaging this kind of advanced fleet. This little squadron that's out in front of the rest of his fleet, which we can't see. There's another torpedo boat down. And a light cruiser. So far, so good. So we're swinging around behind our own ships at the moment. I'm going to stay going full speed for the time being. A lot of damage being done because these guys are so bunched up, it makes it almost impossible to miss. Let's get over here and get a look at things. Heavy cruiser here. Another one there. Another one there. So 3 heavy cruisers. Maybe a 4th. We haven't identified this guy yet, but I think this is probably a light cruiser. Another light cruiser there. Nothing major happened to any of our ships so far. I think I'll go ahead and swing back around here. We'll stay with this portion of the fleet without engaging too much of the rest. We got another ship coming in. Looks like another light cruiser. Alright, we gotta be careful here. I don't want to get too close to these guys. There's a light cruiser down. Admiral Cecile. Just took out another light cruiser. We've got a few more ships that are coming in to engage us, but the nice thing is now with the mechanics on the game, you can fire at targets on both sides at the same time. Alright, we're going to drop a torpedo on this light cruiser here, and I think we've got him nailed. Dead to rights. Beautiful. It was a dud! No! Ah! These darn duds. Now the problem is I'm sure he's got torpedoes as well. Unlikely I'm going to be able to avoid a torpedo from this distance if he fires one. This thing does not exactly turn on a dime. I gotta be careful now because we're getting to where we've got ships in the middle, so if we overshoot we might hit one of our own. A ship that we can't even see just sank. Come on, Odin, put a torpedo on this guy. Yep, we hit him. There goes Devastation. Suffering's about to go as well. We got a bunch more ships coming into the area, but so far so good. No major damage on any of our battleships, which are a little more spread out than they were. Alright, that one's toast. Beautiful. Pretty happy with how things have gone so far. But we're going to have another wave coming in here, I think. I'm going to try to see if I can't group my fleet back up. Because we got a bunch more small ships coming in. So I'm going to head straight out this way and try to straighten things out a bit. Alright, we just sank another ship that I don't even see. Whatever it was, I landed 6,000 in damage, so it was probably a torpedo boat or a light cruiser. Alright, we got a problem here. We're going to have a little collision. That's the kind of collision that would sink a ship if it happened in real life. But I'm just trying to get these guys all lined back up. We're getting back closer to the rest of our ships. So we got a light cruiser here coming at us, a heavy cruiser, another light cruiser over here, and then the rest are where we can't see them at the moment. 3 more ships just sank from heavy flooding. One was a light cruiser. The other 2, I have no idea what they were. But I'm hearing them collide. You can hear that noise of them having collisions. I'm just checking my shell situation here. We're down to about 100 10-inch shells on the Odin. Still have almost 200 on the Beowulf. This one's got almost 500. So we have a decent amount of shells, and we're not taking much damage. So I think we can keep this going for a while as long as he's willing to fight me. I'm just trying to get everybody organized again here, and it looks like we finally have them all in a row. Alright, we're seeing a whole bunch of them right now. And poor Worth is the rear ship in the convoy, and he's the one that's got to be up here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ships. Real close to him. But we're coming back around with the lead ship in the fleet again. We'll head straight at these guys. I'm just kind of circling right now, and it seems to be working pretty well. Keeps everybody organized. Able to protect each other. Okay, they ended up disengaging and getting away, but we sank 15 ships out of that fleet. 3 heavy cruisers. Looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 light cruisers. 4 torpedo boats. Pretty happy with that. German Empire initiates a major offensive from southern Germany against France. Wow. So this is legit the Great War indeed. We're launching an attack into France. Well, wouldn't that be something if we managed to make something happen there? In the meantime, we do have 7 battleships that are repairing, 14 that are being built, 37 in our active fleet. I want to see what the French fleet currently consists of. They've got 236 ships. No wonder we keep running into so many. He's building 81 right now. So he's building right now twice as many ships as I have in my entire fleet. 34 task forces. Naval tonnage is 652,000. The British have 1.3 million tons in their navy. We have 560,000 tons. But our power rating is higher than the French. He's only got 7 battleships, but he's got 60 heavy cruisers. The Americans have 74 battleships. At some point, once we get our dreadnoughts, we might be able to go after one of those really big powers, but for now, we're just not there. We are working on submarine technology again, and I want to look real quick at where we stand with the building of our new ships. Our König-class battleships are 6 months away. And then we're 28 months. We're still over 2 years away from having these ones. Now, I think that'll speed up once these other ones are done, just because we're over our limit in terms of our shipyard size. All right, the Red Cross urges France and our nation to accept the exchange of prisoners. The government is wise enough to decide what's best. We'll spend all that crazy amount of money we have. I don't think I want to do this battle at all. Let's try withdraw. No. We'll auto-resolve. We may lose these 2 battleships. That is a huge amount of ships to take on. Yeah, we lost 1, and another took heavy damage, but we did manage to sink some ships. It's just kind of an even exchange. Holy cow. Man, there's just so many ships that we have to deal with in these fights. I'm going to auto-resolve that one too. That might be a mistake. No damage to any of my ships. We probably could have done more if I would have done it myself, but we'll take it. Looking at the offensive, we have 1 million men invading France, where they're only defending with 73,000. 18% advance. I'll be curious to see how that plays out, to see whether or not we actually are successful. Because southern France, they're actually invading Spain at the moment, and they're having some success with that. And that's where most of their troops are at the moment. The French are asking for a peace treaty. We're going to try to keep this going, fight to the end. I don't really want to take on 5 torpedo boats. I'm starting to auto resolve some of these, especially when there are situations like this, where it's 1 light cruiser against 6 battleships. But we're not getting as great a result as if I did it myself. So that's just kind of the way it goes. We have 15 that are on repair because of that. What's this battle here? That's a smaller one. Petropavlovsk. That sounds like they got a Russian battleship somehow. They must have got that as a result of some peace treaty with the Russians. Looking at an update on the status of the major offensive, it is advancing, and I definitely would like to see that be successful before any peace resolution takes place. 28 active battleships in the fleet. We've got 13 being repaired, 14 that are being built, and I think a few of those are just about ready. 1 month away, and then of course they'll need a little bit of time before they're actually available to us. And those are all those König class. We're still 23 months away from our first Saxon class, real, legit Dreadnought battleships. There's a convoy mission here. It's 1 battleship versus a bunch. I'm not even going to bother. I guess I have to now. All right, we sank 2 light cruisers, so that worked out okay. But that's another one that'll have to go in for repairs. I don't think we have submarines yet, though we did get some more technology related to subs on sub experiments. We're working on engines and rangefinders. Coincidence Rangefinder 2 is going to be available. Not going to queue up any more Dreadnoughts, at least till these next ones are done. All right, we got our hands full on this one. We have 2 battleships against 5 French battleships, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 4 torpedo boats. And our battleships are pretty heavily damaged already, so this is a big problem for us. I might try to get a few shots in and then see if I can't get away. Though with torpedo boats, he's certainly going to be able to chase after us. Alright, looks like he's got 1 ship out in front, so maybe we can take this guy out while the other ones are still too far away to help out. We've got 11-inch guns. I think this is a battleship. Nah, it's probably a heavy cruiser. We're almost in torpedo range. At least for the Kaiser Barbarossa. He's turning away from me now. He's trying to keep that distance. He knows I've got the torpedo range on him. There we go. I'm getting some hits. Hopefully if I can keep this angle, it'll make it harder for him to land anything on me. Oh, what is happening here? We're dropping in the formation. That's brutal. There's his battleship right there. Yeah, this is going to get ugly in a hurry if we get too close to these guys. One good torpedo hit could sink this heavy cruiser because he's already got a lot of flooding. Let's start turning away as quick as we can. Alright, we got him. Now we're not going to be able to turn away that way. Oh, the torpedo missed! Darn it. And he put one right into my side. That one did not miss. But we sank him. Oh no! Forward battery just exploded, and we have flooding everywhere. There's no way our pumps are going to stay on top of that. Yeah, Kaiser Wilhelm II is done. Came in with too much damage on these ships. They should have been parked for repairs. So this is the one problem with this strategy of all battleships that I'm using, is that these other countries, these bigger countries like France, the UK, and the United States, they're just able to build so many ships that even though my ships pound for pound can take on anybody, when you got a situation like this where you've got two damaged battleships going up against a huge fleet, there's just nothing you can do. So it's definitely a flaw in the strategy. Really, the only way to probably avoid that is to just never go to war until you're in a place where you can build up a big enough fleet. I'd like to try and take this battleship with me, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Alright, we got a torpedo in the water. That might help. Don't be a dud. Please don't be a dud. Oh, it's going to miss him in front. Oh, he slowed down just enough to avoid it. There's so many shells flying at me right now. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Oh, that was brutal. That was really, really brutal. A devastating blow. Maybe we do need to negotiate while we get our new dreadnoughts into battle. Oh, that was rough. Alright, this one's a little bit more our speed. We are in the Atlantic. We've got a Deutschland-class battleship, a Bismarck-class, one of our smaller battleships, against two French battleships and a light cruiser. I like these odds a little more than the last one. Something we haven't really talked about that I think is worth mentioning is the training level of the crew on some of these ships. So look at the Hessen. Down here on the bottom right, you see, because they're veterans, we have 30% accuracy bonus, 50% aiming bonus, and 60% damage control bonus. Compared out to the Braunschweig, which has green troops, or sailors, and their bonuses are just not there. In fact, they're hurt by the fact that they're green. So the Hessen is clearly the better of the two, not just in terms of size, but in crew ability. So these are all three of his ships that we're dealing with. I'd like to take out this light cruiser first, just to make this a 2-on-2 battleship duel. Haven't identified him yet, so it looks like his torpedo range is only 0.6 kilometers, so we're in good shape there. We have a little fire going on the back of the Hessen at the moment, but good damage control should have that put out pretty quickly, I would hope. Come on, boys, let's take this guy out. I need to land a hit with one of my big guns. Got a 97% accuracy, or I did a second ago, with my 12-inch on the Hessen. That's that crew for you. Combined with the proximity and the fact that, well, now those are Mark 1s. We have Mark 2s on our newer ships. It's almost, when we're on 3x speed, these 3-inch guns almost look like machine guns firing. There's a torpedo detonation. That should help. Oh yeah, this guy is done. Beautiful. Alright, now we turn our attention on the capital ships. It's a 2-on-2 battleship duel. Oh, there's the Petropavlovsk. We meet again. We're just going to be circling each other, I think, for a little while here. So what's he got? He's got 10.7-inch guns, Mark IIs. This one's got 12.3-inch guns, Mark I's. This is just going to be a gunnery duel, right? I mean, this is going to come down to the skill of the gunners. So far, I'm feeling pretty good, at least with the Hessen. That veteran crew. These are only single 12-inch guns, so that might make it take a little while longer. We've got double 10-inch on the Braunschweig, but not a good crew. Hopefully battles like this, though, will get them the experience they need to start getting that training. There's a big hit. Flash fire, we took out one of his turrets. Oh, and he's done. That flash fire caused flooding in a hurry. Oh, but he did get some damage in on the Hessen. Nothing big, a bunch of small shells, I think. Now he landed a 10.7-inch hit there, but it didn't do a lot. But they are going to drop in the formation. Now we just got to be careful we don't have anything go wrong here. Alright, I'm going to drop our speed to get some more accuracy. There's a nice hit. Hessen is just doing a job, man. There we go. Braunschweig getting in on the action. I want to see these big guns fire. We got a little bit of time before it happens, though. What's a reload time on these things? 85 seconds. Alright, we got flooding happening now. Yep. I don't know if his pumps will stay on top of that or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compartments flooding. A 7th starting to. There goes an 8th and a 9th taking water. I think he's done. He's not staying on top of that. There we go. Got him. Beautiful. A little bit of damage to the Hessen, but nothing major. 2 French battleships out of commission. Well, France successfully conquered southern Spain. Italy pushed back France's offensive in Congo. What is happening with our offensive is the question. 59%, so we are making an advance there. He has increased the size of his army defending the region, though. And you can see the losses are mounting for the German Empire, 142,000. But still, got 1 million men advancing in that area. Eventually, we're going to see success. I I don't think we'll deal with that one. Let's look at the fleet for a second. 1 month away from 2 more König-class battleships, but now we have a bunch of them, of our new König-class battleships available in the Baltic Sea and the North Sea. Looks like most of them are in the Baltic Sea, so we're going to want to get them into a place where they can actually get involved here. Let's move some of those ships over to Helgoland. There's 2 more of them there in Danzig. Let's move them over as well. Let's look at research for a second. New rangefinders coming about here in a minute. Small towers, not really something I'm too worried about. Multiple expansion steam engine 2 about to be available. And 18-inch torpedoes are about to happen. France is once again asking for a peace treaty. I don't want that to happen while that invasion is going on. German Empire pushed back France's offensive in Togoland. France is invading a bunch of places, which is kind of surprising. 52% advanced now. I'm afraid that might not end up happening. We're going to have to try and help out with the Navy as much as we can here. I want to look at the fleet for a second. We are 16 months away from those dreadnoughts finally making it into our fleet. We've got a chance for a battle down here in France. We'll auto-resolve that one, even though that might not go well. But that's one of my older battleships, so I'm not real worried about it. British Empire ultimatum. Yeah, we do not want to go to war with them. I think we could spend the 200 million. That's another one I think we want to avoid here. We'll see what happens with the Baden against all those ships. Light damage, nothing major. New tech, multiple expansion, steam engine 2. I'm curious to see where we're at as far as the technology goes as showing compared to other nations. Let's go ahead into politics for a minute and look at that. We show as, let's see, very content people. We have admired naval prestige. Our tech still shows as average, even though we are pouring every dollar we can. We've been maxed out since the beginning on tech. Japan's behind on tech, and the British are very advanced, which means no doubt they've probably got dreadnoughts on the way. 205 ships. That's crazy. So we want to try and stay good with the British no matter what. Even if we go to war with anybody else, let's avoid going to war with the Brits. So let's go ahead and try and improve relations with them as much as we can. So we can stop focusing on engines now. I think we'll just kind of let everything play out for the time being. 10 months. So we're actually, seems like it's advancing faster now that we're not building too many ships. Finances, let's go back in and start working on the shipyard. We're going to keep expanding as much as we can. We're actually using a little bit less than our shipbuilding capacity, which is why I think these dreadnoughts are happening faster. 60% on the offensive. I'd like to see that finish before any peace resolution. All right, we've got 1 battleship against 2 battleships and 2 destroyers here. This is a Deutschland class battleship, 12-inch guns, Mark 1s. Just single turrets, so we're going to have our work cut out for us. All right, they are coming at us quickly here. We're going to try to light these guys up as quick as we can. We just put a major hit on this first ship that came in close. And we're just out of his torpedo range, thankfully. All right, let's drop our speed so we can get a little more accuracy. Because right now the accuracy is next to nothing. But I'd like to take those destroyers out before I try to deal with the battleships. But I think we'll go ahead and get our main guns firing on the Lille. He's got 11.4-inch Mark 1s. No torpedoes. Alright, I'm going to try to turn toward him. I'm not crazy about having my broadside on him like this right now. Maybe we'll try to get in and get a torpedo on him. If nothing else, will slow him down. Ooh, that's what I was afraid of. And it doesn't look like it did much damage, though. Alright, we're going to have to speed up for now. I should be able to put a torpedo at him from my forward tubes here. We'll see. There it goes. Alright, I'm going to start turning now. Yeah, forward tube's not even going to be close. That's way off. Alright, this gets a little dangerous now when we start getting in this close, because his big guns could wreak havoc on me. Hopefully we can get our... Yep, there goes our tube on the side. That one's not going to miss. Just hope it's not a dud. Ooh. Then he's got his destroyers on the other side of me, so I'm in a little bit of a pickle at the moment. It was a dud. Of course it was a dud. Alright, I'm just going to have to speed up for now, just for my own protection. We do have some flooding in the rear, some damage. Hoping my 12s can nail him right here. Come on, boys. Hit them. Of course they both missed. From half a kilometer. Trying to stay close because it keeps his destroyers from being able to close and put a torpedo at me. But it also risks a lot of damage. Now let's try to not have our torpedoes be duds this time, and hopefully our 12s can hit. No, they missed again. Jeez. Alright, let's get out of here. Fighting in at close range isn't doing us any good. And there's a torpedo detonation, so I just lost all my torpedoes right before I was ready to fire them again. Alright, I think it's time to just disengage altogether. Accuracy is not at all what I'd hoped it would be. My 12s are just not hitting at all from even a close range. France is accusing our country of war crimes. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to agree with that. Oh boy. This is a big one here. We got at least a one Odin, a couple of Bismarcks. These are some of our smaller ones, but boy, that would be a major... yeah, let's fight that one. 6 battleships against 2 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, 11 light cruisers, 2 destroyers, and 6 torpedo boats. I want to try... Oh, man. Bismarck, look at the damage on these ships. What? Why have they not been put in for repairs? All right, you know what? I'm going to disengage. The last time we had this happen, it did not end well. So I'm getting out of here. I'm not going to engage with a bunch of ships that need repaired. U.S. and Japan are at war. We did manage to escape out of that debacle with those ships that need repaired. United States is at war with enemy France. An urgent alliance is formed between the Empire of Japan and France in order to oppose the common foe. Japan's at war with the U.S. Now Italy and the U.S. Oh boy, there's all kinds of things happening. This is just that ongoing world war that we have successfully stayed out of so far. 84% on the offensive. I hope they can finish this offensive before we end up at peace with this enemy. 6 months away from our dreadnoughts finally being available. We're actually not repairing any ships right now, and that means that those dreadnoughts will come fast. If we do put ships in for repair, that's going to slow down how quickly those other ones arrive, but I kind of feel like I've got to get those ships in for repairs. All right, our offensive dropped to 77% because the Japanese have sent troops to help defend France. In the meantime, here's the world war as it shakes out. It's looks like the UK, Japan, and Spain against Austro-Hungary, Italy, the United States, Soviet Union, and China. That's the world war, and we are staying the heck out of that. All right, there's our König-class battleship. We could take one of those out for a spin for the first time. But I think we'll wait because I really would like to try and get my dreadnoughts into the fight before it's over. So the British have signed a peace treaty with the United States. War reparations can be given to all members of the Winter Alliance. 4 destroyers. We'll take our chances with auto-resolve on that one. That's a big battle here, and I'm just worried that some of these are going to be damaged, as has been the case lately. But that would be a really nice battle to win. So let's see what happens. 6 battleships against 5 heavy cruisers, 14 light cruisers, and 2 torpedo boats. Let's see the condition of these battleships, though. All right, Bismarck, Helgoland have damage. Gneisenau and Charles the Great have some damage, but otherwise, I think we're okay. I think we can handle this. All right, let's get into the fight. I'm going to put them all in one big line, which now means that we're going to have a collision so that the Braunschweig can get out in front. All right, we're spotting them all in a hurry here, so we're still trying to get into our battle formation, so this is not necessarily the ideal time for this to start, but I guess I don't have much choice, really. And they're all firing their smoke right off the bat, so it's going to be a little bit before we can really successfully do anything, but maybe we can zip past these guys. Their smoke will clear up, and then we can get after the capital ships. Well, he doesn't have any. I guess heavy cruisers is the worst we're facing here. Green crew on the Braunschweig, so that's not good. Same with Gneisenau. Wow, are these all green crews? I think they are. And some of these ships don't even have full complements. No decent crews on any of these ships. All green. Ooh, there's a hit. I'm just doing auto targeting for now. We're gonna have to wait until this smoke clears before we can start landing some good hits. Still trying to get into our formation. Nobody's targeting this light cruiser out front. Interesting. Now they are. This is going to be a big one. I think we got this first light cruiser taken care of. And the second one. As long as we stay out of torpedo range. There's another light cruiser we just got some good hits on. Our secondaries are doing well. The 6-inch and 4-inch guns are landing a lot of hits. Not sure what the Hanover's doing out there. Unless he was avoiding some torpedoes. But he's headed straight for them. What are you doing? I think the captain of the Hanover's drunk. Oh, wow, that was 23,000 damage on that hit. On that torpedo boat. Really worried about the Hanover, and that's one of my healthy ships. He's got a torpedo in the water. It's going to hit somebody, but there's also 2 torpedoes coming straight at him. Please be duds. No, they weren't duds. There goes a heavy cruiser. But the Hanover took 2 torpedoes. Wow, that was a perfectly healthy battleship. I think, though, unless they take another hit somewhere, they might survive that. Hanover just got too close to too many ships. Oh, there's a torpedo detonation on their torpedoes. So they lost their torpedoes, and that's going to cause additional flooding to compartments. If they don't get on top of that and this third compartment starts flooding, which it is, we might be in trouble. Yeah, I think we're going to lose the Hanover. They're done. Just no way they can stay on top of that flooding. There they go. Well, that sucks. All right, we've gotten a little spread out here. We're just now starting to move back into range with our lead ship. We're going to try and take out these 3 damaged light cruisers. And then, of course, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more there. There's 6 more over here. And then 2 heavy cruisers hanging in the back. Wow, they just took out my torpedoes on the Braunschweig. And we're starting to come into range of everybody's small guns. I'm going to start turning this way now. Need to light these guys up. The rest are starting to fire their smoke. Here comes a torpedo boat. I'm going to get all my secondaries firing on him and take him out before it's too late. Alright, Gneisenau, now what are you doing? Oh, he's dropping back in the formation. Alright, I'm worried about a torpedo strike here, so we gotta start turning. Come on, sink. There we go. Flash fire, that'll take that one out. I love how the flash fires look inside the smoke. That's epic. Long way to go. What do we count here? 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy cruisers, 6, 8, 10 light cruisers still to be dealt with. Heavy cruisers are coming in now into close range, so let's see if we can't make something happen there. I'd like to take those guys out if I can. We're trying to get swung around here. A lot of damage on my ships, though. Alright, let's go for the lead ship. Oh, there's torpedoes in the water. Let me pause real quick. I'm going to slow to a crawl, and I'm going to turn this baby as hard as I can. I don't know if that's going to be enough to avoid them, though. Actually, might have been better off to go full speed and swing the other way. I think I might have just gave him an easy way to hit me instead. Now it's probably too late. He's going to hit me. Oh, man, that's going to hurt. Yeah, I probably should have sped up. I probably would have missed him. Oh. They both hit me right in the center, though. So hopefully the flooding doesn't spread and we'll be okay. There's a lot of structural damage, though. Alright, we need to try and take out all these heavy cruisers. I think we're okay on the flooding. Yeah, they're starting to deal with the flooding. Who's the lead now? Alright, we got a second heavy cruiser we're about to take out. Oh boy, we're going to have a collision here, thankfully. There's no friendly damage from collisions. Alright, we're finally disengaged. He does have torpedoes, though. And there's one in the... Oh, boy. Right at the Braunschweig. It's a dud. Beautiful. Alright, I gotta slow down. Man. These guys have no ammo, but they do have torpedoes. We sank 2 heavies. There's another dud torpedo. We're about to sink a 3rd heavy cruiser. And then it's just the lights after that. I think Invincible's done. Alright, that one's done. There goes Invincible. I think it's just the light cruisers now. Well, the captain of the Bismarck is an absolute moron who just went right up against this sinking light cruiser and scraped along the side and completely ripped open his hull to flooding all the way along. I don't know why they don't just automatically avoid those, but I guess I'm going to have to micromanage my ships to make sure they don't run into sinking ships and sink themselves. That was a completely unnecessary loss of a battleship. And there comes a torpedo. Be a dud. Be a dud. Oh, there's 2 of them. They're both duds. Glorious. Now let's put one into him and have it not be a dud. Oh, don't get rammed. The chasseur. Hey, Gneisenau, how about you don't also run into a sinking ship? Although it's friendly, so it wouldn't be a problem. Alright, there goes the chasseur. We're about to sink another one here. Okay, let's switch onto a new target. Man, what a nightmare. Alright, so here is the final total. We lost the Gneisenau, the Hanover, the Bismarck. Heavy damage on the Helgoland and the Braunschweig. Or medium damage and heavy damage on the Karl der Grosse. Crew losses almost even. Victory points and outcome undecided. It's basically a wash. We did sink all 5 of his heavy cruisers, along with 6 light cruisers and 2 torpedo boats. So not ideal for us, but a lot of those ships that we brought in were already damaged. And really this all comes down to getting those big battleships going. So France went to war with China, so now we are allied with the Chinese. And they went to war with the Soviet Union, so now we're allied with them as well. Wow. German Empire pushed back France's offensive in Togoland. That's down in Africa. Unfortunately now, because they've got Japanese and Spanish forces defending France, our advance, which was up to almost 80%, is losing momentum. We've lost 751,000 men. And because of that, our unrest is starting to climb. Still 3 months away from getting the Dreadnoughts. I'd like to get them in there and do some damage before we call it quits on this war. Well, unfortunately, they signed a peace, even though I didn't want it, just before the new Dreadnoughts were about to arrive. Not a lot that I get to demand from France. In this case, some islands, which really are just kind of worthless, but that's all I can afford to take from them, unfortunately. I could take some battleships as well. I guess it wouldn't hurt to do that. Add some more to my fleet without having to build them. But since we're only doing battleships, that means we're not going to take anything else out of this huge fleet he's got. Oh, wait, there's some more battleships showing up down in here. Just got to scroll through a little bit to find them. All right. That's what we'll do. We'll take 4 battleships and a province, and we are at peace. So now we just work on getting our fleet ready for the next war. We're only 1 month away from the Dreadnoughts, too. All right, so with our 5 Dreadnoughts joining the fleet, it's time to go back in for some additional design of some new ones. Let's go ahead with what we've got. That was the Saxon class. Now it's time for a new design with our latest technology. So we've got 13-inch Mark IIs now. Let's go ahead to our barbettes. I don't know exactly which one we need in order to be able to make this happen, but the lighter the better. Let's try this one here. Let's see if that's big enough for a 13. It is. We're going to try to keep everything as close to the center as we can. That keeps the weight down because of the cost of the belt. We can only have 3 of these on a ship with our current technology. Engine efficiency is super good. We could probably raise some speed here. It doesn't give us a lot of weight left over to play with as far as secondaries, though. I'm going to throw some 8s on here. Maybe not. How about some 6-inch guns? Actually, we've got a lot of casemate space. Let's go with 8s in the casemates. This is going to probably put me over on weight. It does. Okay. So that's not ideal. We could drop bulkheads to standard, and that gets us under on weight. I don't think I'm going to worry about torpedoes on this one, just because we're not going to probably get that close to be able to use them. Yeah, we'll go with picric acid. We've got electrical turrets now. We're a little bit overweight, though. We didn't do barbettes either, which is going to add even more to the weight. I'm going to drop the range. Drop some of that speed back off. That still doesn't give us enough. And I'm a little worried, though, about dropping too much weight. The belt doesn't really add too much. I guess it does. That doesn't. Neither does deck. Okay, we're going to have to get clever here. Maybe drop a few of these 8-inch guns out. Actually, just dropping those 2 off did the trick. Alright, we'll add weight back to the belt. Everything looks pretty good. Yeah, let's go with that. So we'll start queuing up probably 6 of those. Build time will probably be about 1.5 years, provided we're not building anything else. We should be able to get those into service a little quicker. I'm looking at my fleet, and those 2 of those French ships that I got have a 13 knot speed. They're from 1887. They're just brutally poor excuses for battleships, but they were free and they add to my fleet, so I'm not going to complain. 17 months on the new ones. Commissioning is just about done on the ones that came into service, so now we just need a war so we can try them out. Well, there's a major breakthrough. Krupp Armor 1, which reduces armor weight by 25%, but 100% increases the cost. But we've got money. Money's not an issue. And 75% on armor strength. That is a major, major bonus. We also have another reduction to armor weight on the belt and the deck. So those are major breakthroughs that will help with whatever the next ships are that we build. Speaking of research, let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Internals protection. Looks like underwater protected deck 2 is the next thing that's coming. We're going to have advanced towers 2 as well. So let's go ahead and work on that. 11 months away from the next Dreadnoughts being built. I am trying to provoke the British because they're the ones that we're closest to going to war with. We're at minus 89. And they're pretty busy with a bunch of other nations, and since they're the only ones that are very advanced on tech and they're one of the big boys, probably the big boy, it seems to me that that's who we'd like to help take down to size if we can. They're allied with the Spanish and the Japanese, which aren't really that helpful as far as big ships go, and they're taking on a bunch of other navies, and it's pretty even. Well, here's our chance. We can improve, we can take the relations with the Germans down that path if we want to. I don't want to do the same with the Austro-Hungarians, though. War between the Germans and the British. Here we go. Italy has signed an alliance with us, so have Austro-Hungary. So now we've got the triple alliance going here. So that puts us in this thing and gives us an opportunity now to, wow, these are some big German fleets out there, but let's take the new boys out for a spin. Where are they? That's the Saxon class is what I'm looking for. None of them are there. Those are König classes. There's one of our Saxon class right there. So I'm going to start moving them all out there if I can. There's the Saxon and the Victoria Louise. That's 2 more that will move out there. And maybe a few other ships just to be safe. Maybe some of our König classes. Basically take as many of the top of the line ones out there as we can. And let's see what happens. Okay, here's our chance. Victoria Louise, the Saxon. And then some other ones, but 2 of our dreadnoughts are going to be in on this thing. And we are taking on a pretty substantial... I mean, look at some of these heavy cruisers. These are big, heavy cruisers. These aren't the small 3,000 and 4,000 tons ones that I've been used to seeing. But it's a chance to test our first dreadnoughts. And we'll wrap up this episode with this battle. I've been trying to push through to try and get these dreadnoughts into action in this episode if I could. Now we've got the chance against the best navy in the world. Oh yeah, buddy, there they are. Now these are not my best design. I should have brought these 12.5-inch guns closer, but that's okay. We've got some really nice firepower on this thing. We've got 8-inch guns, 5-inch guns, 12.5-inch Mark IIs, 1.5 kilometer range on the torpedoes. So Victoria Louise is right there. We're going to drag them all into one big group. The Saxons all the way at the back. So we've got the dreadnoughts on either end of the formation. And here they come. We already landed a hit on somebody. Alright, we do have some ships ahead of us, too. Alright, I want to see. Yeah, there we go. They overshot. What's the reload time on these? They've got a trained crew, so that's good. Reload time is 124 seconds. That is a long time. Alright, we don't want to lose one of these guys right off the bat because we got too close, so let's be careful. Alright, we're still waiting on the reload. Getting close. What do we got? Only a 25%, 32% chance to hit now. Alright, let's see what these things look like when they fire. Ooh, there's a hit. Alright, what do we got? Let's see these things fire. Oh, beautiful. There we go. We got a partial pen and still did 1,000 damage. Is that a torpedo? It is a torpedo in the water. From quite a distance, too. I feel like at this point we're probably better. Ah, man. I don't know. What's the angle on that thing? Yeah, I think we're probably too late, but I'll try to avoid it. I should have spotted it a little sooner. I don't think we're going to turn in time. No, we're not. So I might as well just keep going and hope that my anti-torpedo protection makes it not too bad. Alright. Ugh. It hit my rudder. Here comes another one. That one we will be able to avoid as long as I can steer. And we've got one in the water ourselves at a terrible angle. Come on, baby, turn. Ah. I'm hoping that by slowing down we're going to do enough to miss this thing, but I don't think we are. It's just not going to be able to slow down fast enough, and it's not turning. And now here comes another torpedo. Ah! It's going to hit me right in the front. It was a dud. Alright, the next one we'll be able to avoid. Alright, we just sank one of his heavy cruisers. I'm not sure how, because there's not a lot of damage there. Victoria Louise is taking major flooding, though. That's one of my brand new ships. One of my dreadnoughts. Those stupid torpedoes. There goes the Drake. Causing massive fires on these ships is what's doing it. Otherwise, we're doing okay. Other than getting too close and taking those torpedo hits, we're doing all right. Where's the Saxon? Right here. That's our other dreadnought. Alright, lots of damage happening on this heavy cruiser. He's toast. That happened in a hurry. Alright, let's see what the Koenig can do against these ones back here. Yeah, he's not real good aim right now. Got a battleship right here, the Cornwallis. Only 9-inch guns, though. Alright, Victoria Louise, I'm pretty concerned about you right now. And the way she's listing, she's probably not in a position to really, get any shots on somebody. Oh, now we can. See what we can do to the New Zealand here. You know what? I'm going to detach Victoria Louise and go straight here if I can. I don't have steering at the moment. And I'm not sure how well these 12.5s are going to fire here. They're at about 25% accuracy. Maybe we'll get lucky. Boom! Oh yeah, we landed 2 hits. Partial penetration. Got some fire started on the New Zealand. Alright, what's going on over here? I got a torpedo notification. And why are you not trying to avoid it? That one, I think we might be able to miss. Slow down and turn. It's going to be close. And now I'm starting to think I would have been better off to speed up. And, I should have kept going. Yeah, we're going to get hit here. Right in the rudder, too. Maybe not. Dud! Ah, wasn't a dud. He's got some range on his torpedoes. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, oh, well, 3 kilometers. Oh, no wonder. I thought I was safe. These British and their advanced tech. 3-kilometer range on torpedoes. All right, that's a problem. That is a major problem that we're going to have to keep in mind moving forward. Major fires on the New Zealand. I'm hoping maybe that'll take her out. Good news is we've got some major flooding going on in the dispatch. I think they're going to be toast. Plus a bunch of fires. Yeah, they're done. Let's switch our fire to another target. How's Victoria Louise doing against their own little situation over here? Oh, nice hit. Instant destruction. 12.9-inch shell for 27,000 damage. Main belt penetration. There we go. Who was that? That was the Bayern. There goes another heavy cruiser. So we're scoring hits big time. You can see 3 heavy cruisers sinking just in our view right now. Let's go after the Cornwallis, see if we can take down one of these battleships. Problem is he's on the other side of these 2 sinking ships. It's making it a little difficult to get a shot on him right now. All right, Victoria Louise, you are all by yourself, so you're going to have to get something going here. Let's go after the Minerva. Get our guns turned. They should turn in time to fire. Accuracy's 23%. Let's get a hit. Come on. We did get some hits. Beautiful. Also sank another heavy cruiser on the other side. Alright, so despite a shaky start because of some of the British long-range torpedoes, we're doing okay. I do want to take these battleships out. I'm a little concerned here. Newcastle is already in torpedo range. Let's start turning around here. Oh yeah, we lit up the Minerva big time with those 12.5-inch shells. I'm going to start turning around completely here. Boom! 2 more. Wow. So Victoria Louise took care of Minerva just with one, basically with just the one salvo of those big guns. But then over there, the Saxon, that's my other Dreadnought. They landed 16,000 damage with 12.5-inch shells by making some main belt penetration. Beautiful. Alright, it was a shaky start, but man, these things are looking good against the best Navy in the world right now. There goes a torpedo boat. So his 2 battleships and then a heavy cruiser over here. So I might be better off to start going over to help out with Victoria Louise. Alright, Victoria Louise just took out another one. We sent her over there after having suffered some pretty major damage and flooding to take on 4 heavy cruisers by herself. She's already taken out 2. She's about to take out a 3rd. And we're going to send the Rhineland over to help. But I don't know that Victoria Louise needs the help. There goes the New Zealand. She's taken out 3 of them now. And these aren't just simple light cruiser or heavy cruisers. Some of these are 7,000-8,000 ton ships. Not all of them. Oh man, that's brutal. I love it. Alright, we took some damage on the König Albert there. I want to go back and try and take out these British battleships if I can. Oh, we just lost torpedo detonation on Victoria Louise. That's not helpful. Didn't take out all the torpedoes, but it did take out some. Alright, I'm going to try to turn here so we can get the full broadside of all of our 12.5-inch guns, which have a 97% accuracy right now. Even though we're listing heavily. I'm hoping this next broadside is going to do some real damage. Here it comes. Beautiful. Goodbye. That was lovely. Alright, now we're just hunting battleships. I'm going to drag everybody back together. Okay, here we go. I think Pelorus is going to regret being in the lead here, coming up against our entire squadron. And will probably not last very long. Oh yeah, beautiful. Victoria Louise again with the 12.5s. Alright, now we're taking on the battleships. So this is a 14,000 ton battleship. 11.1 inch guns, a ton of secondaries. But they're about to run up against my 22,000 pound monster here. Oh, we're firing at the other one. Okay. Oh my gosh, Cornwallis! What? Main belt penetration and instant sinking. Victoria Louise, what a monster this ship has been. Oh wow, now let's do the same to the Hindustan. I'm just singing the song Dreadnought in my head in the background by Sabaton. What a beautiful thing. And now we're about to take out the Hindustan. Our first encounter with the British Navy. A resounding success. Thanks in no small part to the Victoria Louise. We have a torpedo in the water. Looks like it came from the König. That's going to hit. Waiting for Victoria Louise to get her next round of 12-inch shells ready to go. Where's the Saxon? Right here. They're ready to fire too. I think I think in the next 20 seconds we're going to see the end of the Hindustan between Victoria, Louise, and Saxon. There you go. Saxon just unloaded hers. Victoria, Louise has got a tougher angle. But they still managed to land hits, and that is that. Wow! 17,000 victory points, 5,600 crew members dead in the clash of fleets in the North Sea. That's 2 battleships, 13 heavy cruisers, and a torpedo boat, all removed from the British Navy. So in wrapping up, let's take a look and see what... I know the British have over 200 ships. But let's take a look and see where that puts us as we wrap this episode up. The British are already desperately seeking a peace treaty. No way. That was insane. Look at that. Oh, the British can't take too many like that. Do you want to declare war against the Spain? Yes, we will declare war against the Spain and the Japan. Uh-oh. That's not some kind of glitch, is it? All right, we're at war with the Spanish and the Japanese. I'm not too worried about that. They don't have much going for them. They're going after us in Africa. I'm not too worried about that either. Basically, it's the British versus the world at this point. They've got 49 battleships, 106 heavy cruisers, 21 light cruisers, 22 destroyers, 27 torpedo boats. That's a lot. We have 8 of our ships in for repairs, which is going to slow down the speed at which we get our new ones in. But wow, that was fun. I cannot wait to take them out for another spin, but we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode of Grand Tactician: The Civil War, and then soon with more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Thanks for watching.